Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Fearless Food. Tonight we're making a brand new recipe that I've never made before, so hopefully it's going to turn out good. You're going to be here to try it with me as we go through this. I'm making a grass-fed beef coconut spaghetti sauce that we're going to serve over some spaghetti squash that I've got going in the microwave. We're just going to peel that out, make the sauce, dump it over it, basically like spaghetti and meat sauce, but again, it's a paleo recipe, so there's going to be no grains or gluten or any of that in there. So we're going to get started here. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take our meat, we're going to add that into the frying pan. What I've got here is grass-fed ground beef, and basically I went to the butcher at Whole Foods, and I literally went and I picked out the steak I wanted, and I just asked the guy, can you grind that for me? And he took it in the back, came out 5 minutes later, and had some ground beef. So we're going to brown this down, we're going to leave the juices in the pan, and then we're going to start adding our other. So now that we got the meat pretty much fully browned here, I'm going to add in I don't know how much, but a ton of onions and a bunch of mushrooms because I love them both and they're great for you. It's just vegetables, so you can't go wrong with vegetables. Now the reason we're using a grass-fed meat here is because unlike, regular ground beef that you find in the grocery store, this is obviously fed grass. That would make sense, right? They're cows, they eat grass. But most of the ground beef and most of the other products that we buy, chicken, pork, they're fed grain or something like that. And if you think about it, you are what you eat eats. So you want, cows that are raised healthier, I'm not talking about how it's packaged and all that, but if they're eating grass-fed, that's a lot better for you and for them. What that also means is that the ground beef is going to be higher in omega-3s. Not that much higher than grass-fed, or grain-fed, excuse me, but it's going to be a little lower in fat, a little leaner, and it's also going to have a better omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. So overall, it's just better for you in general. And it tastes a lot better. Like, you wouldn't think it, but if you have a regular hamburger or regular steak and then you have a grass-fed burger or steak, it's night and day. So I guarantee you'll like it if you give it a try. So again, like I said, I have never done this before. I just thought about it while I was at the gym tonight and thought it would be a good idea. I really have no idea what I'm doing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add in some coconut milk to our sauce, or to our ground beef here. And we're going to see if it's enough and see what happens. So this is pretty thick stuff, so I'm actually going to cut it with a little bit of water. That wasn't the initial plan, but we'll see what happens. I want to make sure I get it all out of there. And whatever, the taste will be there. After I mix this up, I've got some steak sauce here too, and if it needs it, I'll add it. I thought about adding some tomato sauce, but I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to put this back in the fridge. And again, that's real coconut milk, not the stuff you buy in a carton. That stuff's pretty processed, whereas that's just straight up coconut milk. One consideration there is if it has guarum gum in it, which can be a little disruptive for some people gastrointestinally if they have issues with grains or legumes, because guar is a bean and it comes from, so therefore the guarum gum comes from a bean, which is a legume and is not included in a paleo diet. So again, I hope I'm saying that right. I've never said it really before on camera. So, alright, this sauce is actually looking pretty good. I added some garlic and onion, just a little powder. I mean, we obviously got tons of onions in there already, but I really like those flavors. So we're going to add in a little bit of steak sauce just because I think it needs it. Probably not completely paleo, but hey, never mind, it's still pretty paleo because apparently I'm out of steak sauce. Alright guys, this is looking really awesome. It's all done. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll try to show you. It's still steaming hot. I just got the spaghetti squash out of the microwave and shredded that up. Looks like that, and that's less than half a spaghetti squash, so that makes a ton. And I still got some left over for, I don't know. But I'm going to let this simmer a little bit. The last thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to add a pat of butter right after I serve it to just thicken it up a little bit. That's going to be grass-fed butter from Kerrygold because it's awesome. I don't want to add it now because I don't want to risk wasting any. So come back in a second and I'll show you what this looks like on the plate. Alright guys, so here we have it. The sauce didn't come out too thick. I think I added way too much water when I tried to wash out a little bit of that coconut milk. But it's still steaming hot and looks really good. So I'm going to take a bite here. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Of course it's good. I made it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Again, check out my website, www.fearlessfood.com, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks a lot, guys.